Hey guys, continuing our videos on the air fryer, we are making steak tonight. So basically this is what we're going to see. This is a 2-inch steak, beef cap ribeye that we basically cooked in the air fryer, and it looks really good. We like ours kind of pretty much a little bit rare on the inside, a little blue, but at the same time it is this is really well done, as in well cooked. Outside is a perfect crust. Well, actually not as perfect as pan frying it on an iron skillet, but at the same time it's really good. Please take a look on the links below. We have our previous videos on our pork that we made, as well as our fried chicken we made in the air fryer. Still awesome stuff, as well as the sweet Japanese potato fries, which we made at the same time. This is really cool, but tonight we're making this really beautiful ribeye steak cap that we butterflied and filleted. So like I said before, we actually bought this at Costco, which was an awesome deal. It was like $19 a pound for USDA Prime. Super well marbled, so there's a lot of fat and stuff, so it's perfect for air frying. We also bought at Costco about 2 or 3 pounds of pre-cut green beans, which is really cool. They're super crunchy, and this is pretty much a feed like what 2 or 3, 4 people. We also got some organic baby bellas, which is really nice as well. Super meaty mushrooms. We did do some cleaning and stuff, but we're not going to actually go through. We'll probably make another video on how to prepare these. These are something a little more different. For the steak, what you want to do is you want to take it out of the bag and just quickly wash it. Make sure it's all clean. Then you go put it on a plate with a napkin so you can dry them off. Of course, we're going to pat them down as well with a napkin or towel. Just to make sure they're nice and dry, because we need to marinate these guys for a bit before we put it in the air fryer to cook. So marinating is pretty simple as well. Wait until they're all dried up and stuff. At this point you can probably prepare other things, but what you will basically do is we're adding some garlic salt, as well as some fresh ground black pepper, and of course some salt as well. Some you use regular salt, but you could use kosher salt, which is better, or even sea salt. That is good for this thing. And we're going to basically put it on each of these sides, grind some pepper, and put some garlic powder, and this just brings out a lot of the good flavor. And we're just going to put it right on top. Of course, we're going to put some olive oil on this after we put some fresh ground pepper, just to make sure it sets and sits in. So super yum. Again, these are 2-inch steak caps, which is nice. There's a little thing that ties them all together. So putting some olive oil on top, and yeah, we're just gonna rub over the top, and we're gonna put it on each of the sides, even the side the side parts. We did one side already. We're doing the second side, as well as we're doing the edges. So when it cooks, it basically cooks with a nice flavor all around. So it's really simple to prepare steak, and with an air fryer, it's even more simple, because all you do is put it in the air fryer for about 12 minutes or so, 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how well you want this thing done. But the main time that takes a long time is just marinating, and this thing is sit. I make sure everywhere it gets the olive oil and the salt, pepper, and garlic. It's nice, and then we're just gonna roll it around and let it sit for a while. We'll just let it sit while we cook the other stuff. We actually cooked the green beans as well as the mushroom prep. While this thing was marinating for about 20 minutes or so. 20 or 30 minutes, you leave it marinating longer. A good thing is to know is that we bought the steak right from Costco. You want the steak to be actually room temperature, so it will actually cook right. You can't cook frozen steak. Not gonna cook right. We did cook the mushrooms, and it was pretty quick. We just chopped them up into we cleaned the mushrooms and chopped them up. Then we just sauteed them. So after about 20-30 minutes, you would put some more coarse sea salt on top of it before we put it in. Pre-prep the air fryer for 400 degrees and place them in. You could probably put 4 of these in there, and that's a lot of meat. So this is meant for like 2 people, or actually probably more than 2 people. If you want to eat a 2-inch steak. But we'll cook it for 350 to 370 degrees for 5 minutes at first. Now we're experimenting. So that's why we're using 5 minutes. Of course, you could always actually wait. We're doing 400 degrees. Yep, 400 degrees for 5 minutes. Let it cook, and it looks pretty good. Looks like hamburger right now. So after the first 5 minutes, we'll flip it, I'm gonna cook for another, I think 400 or 350, 370 degrees for another 5 minutes or so. We're flipping it up so it has a different place where it's gonna cook at, and we're gonna set it for another 4 minutes and 400 degrees. Yeah, so we're cooking it pretty hot. 400 degrees is the max for this air fryer. So after another, this is a total of 9 minutes. It looks pretty good already. This is pretty much there. It's a little bit more of the rare side, or the blue side. But basically, overall, it has it's forming a crust. We want to brown it some more. So we're going to put it in for another about 2 minutes. We were just experimenting. I think the best thing of this is basically hitting it for about close to, right now it's 12 of 9 minutes. This is going to add another 2 minutes to it. So this is about 11 minutes. So we're going to probably hit closer to around, let's pull this out. It's about 11 minutes total. Next, it's kind of firm. And we'll probably take one out to cut. Looks pretty good. We'll take one out to see how well it's cooked. And for people who like it rare, this is actually pretty good already. So I think we actually need a little bit more time because it is kind of soft. That's why I'm using the push test. So we're gonna get a knife and cut this thing open and see how it looks. Yeah, it actually looks really good.
It's perfect.
Yum.
Perfect.
That is really, really good. If you just want raw, ribeye, or just barely cooked, medium rare.
Flip that one again.
We do think we should probably put a few more, probably another 2 or 3 minutes onto this, to make it look a little better. But cutting even deeper, you see a little bit blue in the center of it, which is not bad. It's still good. If you like eating your steak a little bit more on the rare side, this is fine. So a total of like 11 minutes is fine at 400 degrees. But we're planning to put it back in for our second piece for another like 2 or 3 minutes to just give it another roast. So we put the leftover parts in there for another 2 or 3 minutes, and it should look even better.
Really good.
So total, you need about roughly 15 minutes to cook. To be honest, you could probably just do it. You don't have to do it like us. How we flipped this the first time we did it. So when we cut this open, it has a better crust, and it's nice. Not bad. Still not overcooked. Still good. So roughly around what was it? 9, 11, and another 3 minutes. So not bad. That is not bad steak. Perfect. So that's really about it, guys. Good ribeye steak. We butterflied it. There's a steak caps, which is really cool. And that's cool. Anyways, that's really about it. We're gonna just go ahead and plate this now, and we will probably make another video on green beans and the mushrooms later. But definitely the steak cooks pretty well and pretty easily in the air fryer. Of course, it doesn't beat using an iron skillet and just pan frying this thing. Anyways, that's really about it, guys. Please look at our previous videos. Next time we're gonna head off is making some breakfast bacon using the air fryer, and that should be super simple, as well as some toast as well. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell button for more Costco finds and air cooking tips and stuff like that, and lifestyle stuff. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. A big thank you to my girlfriend who cooked all this food and to allow us to use her kitchen to cook with this food. Anyways, have a good one. See you next time. Please stay tuned for more videos and cooking videos and stuff. See you next time.